Good morning, junk removal warriors. Joseph here, VETS Haul Junk Removal in Stafford, Virginia, on Monday, March 7th, 2022. I hope wherever you are staying busy and making money in the junk removal space. I took a call from a junk removal entrepreneur out of California last night, and we ended our conversation with him asking me to describe what a typical junk removal day is like for us here at VETS Haul Junk Removal. So as opposed to describing to him what a typical junk removal day is like, I decided to create this video. And a typical junk removal day doesn't begin the morning of, it actually begins the night before, when I call or text every one of our clients on the schedule for the very next day to give them a courtesy reminder that we will be at their home at the specified and agreed upon time to provide junk removal operations. Guys, this saves a lot of headaches, and I'm going to highly suggest that you incorporate this business practice into your operation. How many times have you set an appointment to see the doctor or what have you, and you forget, you oversleep, or any number of things can happen, and you're not where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there? It has happened with clients as well in the past, in the early years. So through trial and error, I found and have incorporated this into my best practices, and you should as well. The morning of, my employees arrive at my home, and every one of my employees have their specific tasks that they must complete. Alex typically will check the fluids of my vehicle and the windshield. Chase will typically check the tire pressure on every one of our vehicles and do a walk around to ensure that there are no leaks that can be easily identified. Let me make a turn here. And then whoever is performing the inspection procedure signs a form that I created, and I borrowed this term from the Army, PMCS, preliminary or primary maintenance checks and services. We do this daily without fail, and then when my employees have conducted their inspections, they sign off on the form to ensure that they have taken responsibility and have performed those checks and services. If fluid needs to be added, Alex does that. I arrive and I check the employees to ensure that they're in the proper uniform. Today we're kind of a mixed uniform because it's kind of warm right now, but then it's going to be kind of cold later. So typically we're all in the same uniform, but today I'm wearing a t-shirt and the boys are wearing sweatshirts and beanies. When all of our inspections are completed, then we head out to our very first client of the day, and then usually Alex will check in with the client to give them an ETA and let them know what time that we're going to be on site. I missed one thing. Usually what happens as well is Alex is going to ensure that all of our tools are on the truck to ensure we can successfully complete all of the junk removal operations for the day. So when we arrive at the customer's home, Alex gets out and he backs me up into the driveway. Chase jumps out as well and engages with the customer and very courteously introduces Alex as the individual who's backing me up, introduces me as the individual that's backing the truck up, and lets them know that he will be meeting us shortly as soon as I jump out of the truck. I then introduce myself to the client, shake their hand, courteously ask if it's okay if we enter the home. Guys, the customer usually invites us into the home, but as a courtesy and in order to establish that rapport, as the lead individual, I will usually say, is it okay if we enter the home, ma'am? And then though we don't have any dirt or grime on our boots, we do it to show the customer. We'll shake our boots off, or we'll even put on booties to show the customer that we care about not bringing any dirt or debris into the home. And we do that without fail. These are things we do. Everything that I've just described, we do daily without fail. Incorporate systems into your operation. It makes your operation more efficient. Everyone knows what their duties are, and everyone is responsible for completing those duties, and nothing or no one gets left behind. We enter the property, We do an on-site survey of the items that we're removing. We'll take a look at any special considerations that might be applicable to that particular project. And then we begin the project, guys. At the end of the project, in the beginning, many years ago, I would take a photo with every one of the clients on the junk removal schedule for that day. Usually, guys, these days we're doing between 5 and 7 junk removal projects during the spring and summer, and between 3 to 4 or 5 during the winter. I just don't have time to take pictures with every one of the clients anymore, so I'll usually take just one picture with a specific client on the day's schedule. So that's kind of what a typical junk removal morning is like for us. We are at our first junk removal client of the day. I'm going to take you into every one of our jobs for today to give you a better idea of the kind of things we haul in a typical day. So stay tuned. Snap chase.
So right now, because I wasn't sure how big your truck was.
Sure.
All of this.
Got it.
This piece right here.
Yes, ma'am.
And then over here on this side, Joseph, I just tried to put as much junk as possible.
Sure.
Here.
Okay. Well, pretty much what you're looking at right here. So the job just increased in size. We'll have to make a dump run before our next few customers today. So we're about halfway through this project, and we did arrive at the customer's home with that china cabinet from earlier. You know, what we tend to do, guys, is break down a lot of the items that we're removing for the customer to reduce the bulk. Now, we don't always make as much money as we could that way, but what's more important is we're providing the customer immense value, and they know, because they see us breaking the items down, that we're trying to save them space, and that translates into great reviews and repeat customers. Remember, you do not have to gouge the customer. You can make more money by serving the customer multiple times throughout the lifetime of the customer, because when the customer sees that you care about saving them money, they will call you back again and again and again. That's the way you build a successful junk removal company, by providing value to the customer and saving them as much money as you can. So we're going to continue with this job. The next junk removal project, and I'll show you what we're taking. Very small, but this is very close to a larger job that we're doing today. Everything that you're looking at is what we're taking. And as well as a box with a bunch of stuff in it. And as you can tell, we're looking at just a bunch of residential stuff, furniture. We got a chicken coop, some shelving, trash and debris. We're removing this stuff over here on this side as well. I'll get you a better look at exactly what we got going on here. Just all manner of leather sofas, storage boxes, light fixtures, totes. We got some windows in here. This will probably be almost a full load or so. So we're gonna get started, but I wanted to remind you, if you're in Northern Virginia and you have stuff that you just need to get rid of, reach out to the Junk Removal Company, powered by veterans and patriots. Yours truly, Vets Haul Junk. We can be found online at vetshauljunk.com. And if you're local, you can call us at 540-657-8387.